In January 1964, Illich joined the Venezuelan Communist Youth. Because of blowback in Iran? No. He became involved in various subversive activities against the ruling government of Venezuela. Then he traveled to the UK with his mommy and attended a tutorial college in Kensington. He also enjoyed a tour of embassy cocktail parties and developed a taste for the playboy lifestyle that was to become his signature. This glamorous life was short-lived, and his father insisted that he would live in Moscow and receive an appropriate education, and he was sent to the Lumumba University, which specialized in preparing communists for leadership roles in third world countries. Illich rebelled against the harsh discipline he encountered there, and a generous allowance courtesy of his father enabled him to recreate his playboy lifestyle. This rebellion finally cost him his membership of the Venezuelan Communist Party in '69, which had sponsored his studies. He was expelled from the Lumumba University in 1970. His first taste of battle occurred during Black September 1970, when King Hussein, initially sympathetic, became increasingly isolated and drove the Palestinians out of Jordan. By all accounts, Carlos acquitted himself well, earning a reputation for courage under fire during the long battle, and he was rewarded by his appointment as the PFLP's representative, which saw his return to London after the conflict in '71. His covert mission was to draw up a list of high-profile kidnap targets with pro-Israeli sympathies. Overtly, he enrolled in the University of London and happily resumed his playboy lifestyle. So he's a communist, he's in cahoots with the KGB, he's in London to create a list of Israeli sympathizers. Mr. Paul, what does any of this have to do with blowback from an event that occurred in Iran in 1953? Well, apparently it has no connection whatsoever. Placing pressure on the French government to accede to the terrorist demands by bombing a shopping center in France that killed 2 people and injured 34. This bombing saw his promotion to the big leagues, but his next high-profile mission failed. 2 bazooka attacks carried out on El Al Airways at Orly Airport in Paris. An arrest of a close terrorist colleague, Michael Mukharbel, almost led to Carlos' own capture in Paris, but he managed to escape a trap set for him by killing Mukharbel and the police officers with him, initiating a huge countrywide manhunt in France that forced him to flee to Beirut, where the PFLP welcomed him as a conquering hero. I fail to see how this has anything to do with blowback from Iran in 1953. On Sunday, December 21st, December 75, Carlos and 5 other gunmen entered the OPEC headquarters, taking 42 hostages, including many senior OPEC representatives, amidst gunfire that claimed multiple victims, including civilians and police personnel. Carlos then dictated a letter of demands via a secretary to the Austrian government, which included a bus to take all the hostages to the nearest airport, where an aircraft would be on standby to fly the group wherever they demanded. Authorities were also instructed to publicly broadcast a pro-Palestinian communique, again dictated by Carlos, every 2 hours. With so many hostages' life at stake, the Austrian government had no choice but to negotiate. The propaganda was broadcast, and a plane was provided the next day which flew to Algiers, where Carlos agreed to free 30 non-Arab hostages in exchange for a refueling of the jet, which flew to Tripoli. Tripoli as in Libya. Tripoli as in Gaddafi.